Hi all, welcome to day 19 hanging leaf. I can't believe that we are already on day 19th and the class is gonna get over after two class projects. I think I'm gonna miss doing this, but this is a very interesting project, right? You can see a lot of bokeh effect on the background. And then these are the quick ones. So I actually had a lot going on this one. I created some bokeh. They were not looking very nice, so I just have to trust the process, go around painting them, and then just believe that it's gonna turn out nice, which I think it has turned out nice, and I'm so happy about it. Okay, so we'll start and see how it all comes together in the end. Okay, so we'll start by the sketch first. So we have a tree branch at the top, and then there is a small leaf at the very right of the painting, and then one leaf which is hanging from that branch, which we are trying to focus, and that's why everything that is on the background is kind of not visible very clearly. Okay. Okay, so I think that's it for the sketch. It has to be very rough and not very detailed. Okay, so we start by, again, same thing. So we start by wetting the paper, and we will avoid the leaf area. Even if you go on the leaf area, that's okay. You just have to watch out when we drop the colors. Okay, that's the only point. So I went inside the leaf and I just wiped it from my cloth. Okay, so we start by using burnt sienna for this one. So we're gonna do the upper part first and then do the bottom sections. This is like divided into two parts. The background is divided into two areas where we do the um, browns are above and then greens are at the bottom. Okay. So if you think the speed is fast, so it's on the real time. It's not speed up. But if you still feel that it's a lot faster, then I recommend you can just change your settings in your Skillshare and maybe make that video a bit slow. Okay. So now I have mixed that some yellow onto the burnt sienna to give it as an orangey impact, but not orange still. Okay. So that's our half wash on the background with the browns and mixed with slightly yellow, I think. Okay, so now let's start by figuring out how to do the bokeh for the background that I want to achieve. So I'm gonna just put some dark colors, make a circle out of them, and then maybe put some light colors or lift some colors. I really don't know how it's gonna turn out. I'm just trying to have a lot of lots and lots of faith on the process and trust my instincts and just go with it. Okay, so trust me guys, just follow along, and I think in the end everything's gonna turn out very nice and beautiful. You will see, you have already seen the end result at the start, right? Okay. So now I'm using burnt sienna. So whatever areas we have painted, the circle, just leave those circles and then put some browns around them. As you are doing, you can think about where you want to give the light effect and then lift the colors from there. For So your bokeh light to be light, so the background reflection to be light in color, you basically lift the colors from the paper. Okay. So as at some areas it's gonna be dark, some areas it's gonna be light, and for making it light, just simply lift the colors from the paper. Okay, and then you can also think about adding some different colors to those circles. That gives us a different impact. Okay, and if you don't like them, again go ahead and lift it back. So very simple. So you just have to play around it. I'm also trying to see what will look nice. So I just put some dark shades over there. I put some, I lifted the color, then I put some yellows in it. Now I think I'll go ahead and put some browns on that, right? And then see how it's reflecting. So if it is looking good, I am gonna go ahead with that. If it's not looking good, I am gonna again lift the colors. Okay. So because we have painted something, we just go around them. So see, I'm making circle around them and then making the outside areas darker, right? So you want to leave that circle and make the other area, the painting around it, the colors around it darker for that particular effect to pop out. Okay. Also we can make some brown dots here and down there, and then, or if we don't like it, maybe cover them up. This is all about trials and errors, right? So you'll see me trying, I'm trying certain things out, and if I don't see that it's just giving the proper impact, I'm gonna blend them into the background. So you have to see how your work is turning out, right? Rather than seeing how I am doing. So maybe try to create the effect in the same way, but if you think it's not working out, just blend it, okay? And then work on the side and see what we can do. So I had to actually paint this painting twice, because the first time when I painted, I forgot to record the whole process of the upper brown area. I actually forgot about it, and when I checked, I realized that I have never clicked on the recording button. So actually I had to redo the whole painting for to make it as a class. So I actually painted this one twice. Okay, so now at the bottom we are gonna add some greens, right? So we are adding greens at the bottom. Okay, so you can add lemon green and then add light green to it. So see, if you see, I am mixing my yellows and greens and then doing the wash at the bottom. Now my paper is still wet, so I don't have to really worry about blending, and it happens very naturally. So if your colors got blended and those small dots or circles that we have painted are not visible very nicely, then just go over it and clear them up so that they are visible nicely. Okay, because your paper is wet and you can do a lot of changes on the go. So if you feel that something is not looking nice, you will still have the opportunity to correct that. Okay, so now I added some greens onto the background, and I think I'll make it more darker than it's already looking. So I think we'll add more green onto the bottom of the paper. It has to be green and not yellowish actually. So you have to be patient while working with watercolors, and not saying that everything will go right. Maybe some things are not going correct as you have planned, but then trust yourself, trust the process, do lots and lots of practice, and I think it should be good. Yeah. So practice is what makes everything perfect. I highly recommend you guys to do lots and lots of practice with watercolors. I I will not be here if I have not been practicing like continuously for last couple of years, right? Okay, so now you can see that I'm making things more prominent now, right? So my background is done and I just have to focus on creating that bokeh in the background, focusing now on creating this bokeh. Okay, see, I'm making everything look very prominent, because once we add the leaf, this is all gonna be in the background, and then that leaf becomes a central attraction, right? I know that I did this painting twice, and if I show you my both the paintings, right, they are not similar, they are not exact. There's still a lot of difference, and how I approached both the ones, because it was all wet on wet, and I had to decide on runtime to see how it will turn out, right? What I need to do to make it work. So even if I did this painting twice, it was not exactly using the same methods. I had to take a lot of judgment calls here and there, right? And then work around them. That's how it needs to be done. So when you're working and following my class, don't worry about if this circle, the yellow circle is not exactly at the place that I have created, the orange is not exactly at the place that I have created. Okay, that's okay. It's just not to worry about. Maybe you will have some different places. Maybe it will turn very beautiful for you, right? So you don't know. You just be in the process, trust the process, and then start playing, and then have faith that it's gonna be turn out nice. Even if it doesn't turn out nice, you don't have to worry about it. Um, maybe you'll learn something out of it, right? So every failure actually teaches us something, and I think failures are the key to your success, right? So don't worry if you're making something bad. It's just that you're gonna waste one paper. That's it, right? But you have gained thousand things out of it. So don't worry much about it, okay? Okay, so now let's continue to enhance this and make our bouquets more impactful and more clearly visible. So once you're satisfied with correcting your dots on the top part of the painting, we're gonna go ahead and add the stem on the branch. So sorry, we add the branch basically, right? So I'm gonna take a mix of Van Dyke brown, burnt umber, and then do the branch. Okay, and that is the right. So on the right there is a small teeny tiny leaf also, right? So we don't forget about it. So we do the detailing on that leaf, but then very not very detailed actually, very abstract. Okay. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add the same bokeh effects onto the green part of the background. Okay, so you can lift the colors. You can also use Naples yellow to add some more bouquets. You can use some yellows to add the bouquets and then vary it from faces to faces. You can add as I am adding, or you can choose your own areas where you want to add them. Okay, so once you're done adding all the background effects, then let's start by painting the leaf. So we wet our leaf and then we pour in some yellows, greens, browns and oranges on top of the leaf to get that autumn effect. And remember, the focus is on the leaf, so it has to be detailed out. So once it details out, everything that you have painted will go into the background. You will see that change. Everything will look right, that is like on the background. You will not see it popping because you're adding details onto the leaf and it's looking more vibrant, more prominent than it was when it was not painted, right? So we will keep the greens on to the upper right, upper left area, then yellows in middle, and we'll do some little darkish brown or oranges at the bottom of that particular leaf. Okay. And just blend them out nicely, so there's no hard edges between those colors. Also make them remember that while you're adding color, we want to still make the leaf prominent, but we don't want to go extra dark also. Okay. Okay, so we start by outlining the leaf now and adding some stems to that leaf. Okay. and still be very thin line, right, for the leaf. So we add the details on the leaf now, and then we also add to that tiny leaf over there, which is orange in color, at the very right side, right? So we'll do that as well. And I'm just feeling like that the background that I have created, right, the greens are not visible. I think I'll just go ahead after this is done. We'll just go ahead and make it more dark, because I think it's not very dark as of now. It needs to be a little bit darker than it's already is. Okay, so just do as I'm doing, and then detail out the leaf. Okay, so now once we're done with detailing the leaves and putting them, as I said, right, the background was not looking more darker, it's not looking greenish, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add some greens over here. Now the catch is that I have still to maintain all that effect, and I have to go around everything very nicely so that I don't lose what we created. Okay, so this is an optional step. If your background is already very dark, then I don't recommend you guys doing this. If your background is not dark, then yeah, just go ahead and do the change. And believe me, it will work out, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, just make sure that you go very nicely, and then areas which are looking as hard edges, so you can just take a clean water on your brush and then just swipe across to smoothen that out, right? So you can see I'm smoothing that out. Yeah, so there are basically no hard edges at the cross section. We don't want any hard edges at the cross section, right? Okay, so this is done, but somehow I'm just not feeling very confident about that leaf popping up. I just feel like the leaf has got merged into my background now. So anyways, we're still gonna go ahead and do the detailing on the bouquet, but I think I'm gonna just change the leaf around. Maybe I'll just wash it, clean it, and then go over it again. Let's see. like the leaf, so we just lift some greens over there and make it more orange, right, this way, and then lift the colors from it so it appears little lighter. Because it will appear lighter and the border is dark, the whole background is gonna go actually on the background now, instead of the focus going on the background rather than going on the leaf, right? So it just like so what you say basically is muted, right, or not very focused. Yeah, just not very focused actually, right? So your leaf is in the focus and the background is not in the focus, so I'm just trying to lift all those extra colors from the leaf. Yeah, so I'm making it a little light by adding some yellows on to it now. Okay, so I wanted to make it dry quicker, so I actually used my hair dryer to dry the whole paper so that we can go ahead and complete the detailing of that leaf. Okay, so let's do the detail. So we're gonna add the stems and then do some dots over the leaf, very tiny dots on the leaf, right? I'm using burnt umber now to make those tiny dots on the leaf, and it can vary in the shape and size. That's okay, don't worry about it. So this one was a roller coaster, I'll say. A lot happened, but then I had to record this lesson twice, and the technique also changed. But yeah, I had fun. I enjoyed. I learned multiple techniques on how to do this while I was trying to do this one, right? So it's a fun process. It got just things go out of your hand, then you just try and think about a way how you can correct them. So yes, it's all fun. So yeah, so add those tiny dots until you are satisfied. Okay, thank you for joining me. So this is the first image that I also wanted to show you how was the earlier one that I painted but forgot to record. So this is that one, and see how beautiful it is looking, right? So I hope you had enjoyed doing this class. I know that it was a roller coaster, but then sometimes you need to actually trust the process without thinking about the outcome, right? In the end, it's all gonna be beautiful, and it turns out very beautiful. So thank you again for joining me in this class. Only 2 days left now. So see you in the next one.